In the era of filters, fame, and flawless selfies, some Hollywood celebrities pushed touch-ups toward frightening new extremes. From rappers with completely altered faces to reality stars rebuilding their images, these celebs show that beauty can fight back. Get ready for a wild journey through sparkle, glamour, and a few cosmetic disasters, where every nip and tuck arrives with extra drama, denial, and way too much filler today. Number 1. Dolly Parton, the queen who turned cosmetic surgery into a punchline. The gasp comes first, then the laugh. When Dolly Parton enters a room with hair higher than the Nashville skyline and a face smoother than her greatest hits, you immediately know one thing: she is part of the joke. Long before cosmetic surgery was whispered about in Hollywood, Dolly said it out loud, proudly, and with a wink. "If something is sagging, dragging, or bagging, I will fix it," she joked, and America laughed along. Behind the humor lies a long journey with cosmetic procedures. Beginning in the 1980s, Dolly had nose work, brow lifts, eyelid surgery, facelifts, and Botox to keep the polished image the public expected. Over time, her expressions tightened, her face became more doll-like, and critics argued she had crossed into artificial territory. Yet, here's the twist. Dolly never denied, never hid, and never apologized. Unlike others haunted by regret, Dolly made surgery part of her brand. She presented it as self-care, not insecurity, insisting confidence mattered more than looking natural. And somehow, it worked. Fans did not turn away, they leaned in closer. So perhaps the real lesson is not about needles or age, but about ownership. When you're this honest, this fearless, and unapologetically yourself, who truly gets to judge? If stories like Dolly's make you see beauty differently, stay with us. The next chapter may surprise you even more. Number 2. Janice Dickinson, the first supermodel who could not stop perfecting herself. She did not just enter fashion history. Janice Dickinson broke the door down, declaring herself the world's first supermodel. And for a time, she was right. Fierce, fearless, and famously blunt, Janice ruled the runways with sharp cheekbones and even sharper opinions. But as the years passed and cameras never looked away, the woman who built her empire on beauty chose to fight time the only way Hollywood knows: aggressively. It began small, a breast augmentation, a little tightening here and there. Then the snowball: facelifts, Botox, cheek implants, liposuction. Her face gradually traded warmth for stiffness, expression for shine. The turning point came when even Janice admitted things had gone too far. Appearing on a show to fix a disastrous procedure, the irony: a woman who once judged others now faced judgment from her own reflection. The impact was not only physical. Endless procedures drained her finances, leading to bankruptcy in 2013. Yet Janice never retreated. She defended every choice with brutal honesty and no apologies. Her story is not about regret. It's about excess, ego, and the frightening cost of believing perfection can be surgically preserved forever. Number 3. Amanda Lepore, the living doll who transformed her body into art. Amanda Lepore doesn't just enter a room, she appears like a surreal fashion fantasy. With an impossibly tiny waist, exaggerated curves, and a face sculpted rather than natural, Amanda became a cult icon long before social media knew how to gasp. But this was no accident. This was intention, obsession, and rebellion, crafted with silicone and determination. Beginning her journey at a very young age, Amanda pursued an ultra-feminine ideal with complete commitment. Hormone therapy came early, followed by multiple nose surgeries to perfect a porcelain profile, breast augmentation for a cartoon-like silhouette, and buttock enhancements to complete the hourglass vision. Rumors of extreme waist liposuction, even rib removal, only fueled the legend. Her aim was never natural appearance, it was to appear unreal. The climax arrived when critics said she went too far. Amanda smiled wider. She was not chasing beauty, she was redefining it. To her, cosmetic surgery was not insecurity, it was self-expression, a middle finger to conformity, a claim of ownership over her own body. In a world afraid of extremes, Amanda Lepore became one, a living doll, a fashion muse, a symbol of radical freedom. Love her or question her, one fact remains. She refused to let society dictate her image. She created it herself. Number 4. Madonna, the queen of reinvention who refused to age quietly. The gasp was immediate when Madonna appeared with a face smoother than her vinyl records and cheekbones sharp enough to cut glass. The internet went into meltdown. This was not just another era, it was a complete facial remix. For 4 decades, Madonna showed the world how to reinvent itself. Punk rebel, pop goddess, disco dominator. Aging, however, was the one trend she refused to follow politely. Over the years, subtle tweaks reportedly escalated into bolder moves. Fillers plumped, Botox froze, lifts tightened, and suddenly the woman who once shocked the world with lace gloves was shocking it with a mirror-polished glow. Critics yelled too much, memes exploded, and Madonna responded with signature defiance, calling it ageism and misogyny. That response was pure Madonna. The twist: Madonna never promised comfort, she promised disruption. Her face became another battleground where she challenged society's obsession with youth and control over women's bodies. Was it vanity? Maybe. Was it rebellion? Absolutely. Love it or hate it, Madonna forced the world to talk again. And that's exactly how she stayed relevant longer than anyone else. In the end, Madonna did not lose herself to cosmetic surgery. She did what she has always done best, turned controversy into currency, and reminded everyone that queens do not age, they evolve loudly. Number 5. Michaela Romagnini, the socialite who chased perfection until it slipped away. The shock was immediate. When photos of Michaela Romagnini resurfaced, the internet did not whisper, it stared in disbelief. Once celebrated as Italy's answer to Paris Hilton, Michaela embodied late 90s glamour. Blonde, wealthy, endlessly photographed, and effortlessly beautiful. She had the lifestyle, the status, and the face people paid millions to admire. Yet, she decided it was never enough. What began as minor cosmetic tweaks quickly escalated to obsession. Lip injections, Botox, facial fillers. Each procedure promised enhancement but delivered distortion.